Panel, what is bullying? Rick, let me start with you.
Well, I think of bullying in a number of ways. If you think of various words to describe it, dominate, rule, menace, alarm, attack, coerce, frighten, any of those words are what people who are victims of bullies tend to go through and what bullies often do. But I think that it's also important to notice that, to make note that bullying is also an unequal balance of power between the bully and the target. It's also defined generally by the intent of the interaction from the bully to the target, and defined by the power difference. So that would be, a very quick answer.
Very interesting. Paula, in legal terms, what is bullying?
Actually, our legislature in Massachusetts has defined, and I'll paraphrase from part of our statute, that when a student or a group of students, through verbal or nonverbal expression or a physical act or gesture, causes physical or emotional harm to another student, or a fear of harm, or actually causes a hostile environment in the school, or infringes on the rights of the victim, which could possibly get into federal rights as well, and discrimination statutes, et cetera, or also materially disrupts the educational process of the school.
And that's fairly recent legislation.
Yes, yes.
Deb, to a parent, what is bullying?
Bullying, to a parent, is when the child comes home and is afraid of school, afraid of being involved in the normal activities, of being in classroom and learning, and constantly to a point where they no longer want to go to school, and to the point that they begin to blame themselves for the actions of others and begin to think that there's something very wrong with them, that they have no friends anymore, and to watch the whole school, in fact, turn against them.
Paula, from both the school committee's perspective and your role as a mom of 3 beautiful children, how do you see bullying?
A combination of all the things that were described. I think the only thing that can be added is typically it's something that's repeated over time. So it's not the one time when my child comes home from school crying and has had a bad day because someone was mean in the playground, but it's a series of that threat or verbal expression or physical acts towards a child that's repeated over and over that then creates that environment for the child that's hostile. And so I see that from both perspectives. The way I would, my child came home upset because something happened one day, we teach them to be resilient. You realize it's a problem if it's continuing and ongoing and there's nothing that you can do to help alter the situation, then you start worrying that maybe there's bullying going on.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and the leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.